is RG3. I'm nervous.
Win the Heisman Trophy or national championship?
National championship.
That's what I'm talking
Team
about.
player.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see you play a
You gotta stay tuned. I don't know. You gotta stay tuned.
Come on, baby.
I don't know. You gotta stay tuned.
You know, I'm super excited to have you on the show. You are literally the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life. Coming out of high school, the way you played. Was it 8 touchdowns in a game?
Yes, sir. Something like that.
It was something like that. Light work. But DJ Lagway, you know, you're a Gator. Hold on. I'm gonna let him know. Yeah, Florida Gator now. But we got a Florida State Seminole right here.
Man.
How have you adapted to that rivalry? Because it's a real hatred in that rivalry.
Yeah, you know, coming in, they give you like a little seminar about all the rivalries. We got like an hour or 2 video about like all like just different different moments of the game, like different games and stuff. So it gets you real fired up. So I got a deep hatred for Florida State. Sorry.
I can sense the tension.
There's no tension over here, okay? We play different sports.
Yeah.
It's all good over here.
And he family.
Yeah.
You know, DJ family. We love DJ. And I got to tell a story about like how I got in contact with you. Or should I say you got in contact with me.
Yeah.
You want to tell a story?
Sure, I could tell it. So I was about maybe going 9th grade, 8th grade. I was just DMing them. You know, me and my dad were just DMing him about old pictures because my dad went to Baylor and stuff like that. So he ended up responding. I don't know how he seen it. I don't know how he seen it. And we just built a relationship from then on. So it was pretty cool.
You DM'd me a picture
Yep.
of me and you when you were much younger. You know how old you were in the picture?
Probably like 4, 3, maybe.
It was crazy, and it was a picture of me while I was at Baylor, and
Yep.
he was a young pippa-squeaker. And I'm like, who is this kid? And he's like, hey, you know, I really like to, you know, be able to pick your brain and try to get better at the quarterback position. You know, I'm a high school quarterback now, and I'm doing my thing. I'm like, let me check him out. I watched like 2 plays. I was like, oh, this man is the truth. Hit him back, talked to you ever since then. And like I told you and Pops and Mom, it don't matter what happened. For me, it's just about being there and being supportive of you. So we're happy to have you on the show.
It's a blessing to be on.
You know, I don't even know why, because I don't think we've actually really talked about this. You know, we talked about during your recruiting process to go where you felt most comfortable.
Yeah.
Why did you feel that Florida was the place for you?
Florida is a place that they're going to build around me, you know, and like let me get out there and learn and develop me. I feel like that's the biggest thing, especially being a young quarterback. In these days, you got to go somewhere where you can get developed. And I feel like Florida was the place for me, and I feel like it's definitely happening. I'm getting better each and every day on different things like coverage recognition, protections, and all good stuff like that. So just learning the game better.
Did you feel like when your coach this year was like a little on the hot seat, did that make you like, man, I want to go out there and play harder because I came here to be developed by them. I want them to be here. Did that motivate you during the year, motivate the guys in the locker room to have the finish y'all had? Because y'all finished strong.
Oh, yeah. Now, that was definitely motivation, you know, because I feel like they were disrespecting our coach and disrespecting us and genuinely. So we had to go out there and show them what we had. You know, obviously it took some bumps in the roads, a lot of ups and downs this year, you know, but I feel like at the end we kind of pulled it all together and figured it out, and hopefully we can build that momentum to the 25 season.
What's your mindset to like going in? You're so young. You know? What's your mindset going
He is super young, man.
into your sophomore year?
You know, my mindset really is just to, you know, just keep stacking days and getting better, you know, just improving on my mechanics, you know, my in the pocket awareness, you know, my coverage recognition, protection recognition, just knowing the ins and outs of the formations, the plays, and all that, just taking another deep dive in the offense since year 2 in it. So I'm just excited for that. So it'll be really good. So
yeah, I know how you mastered the high school game, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I don't think I threw 8 touchdowns in 3 games in high school. So, you know, I was a good high school quarterback, don't get me wrong, and I developed when I got to college. Obviously we won the Heisman my last year there at Baylor, but when I watched you play in high school, I was like, this guy's a unicorn. Like, he can run, he can throw, your coverage recognition. You work with our guy JP Tillman down there in Houston, and like the footwork was on point. I'm like, you going into college were already better than I was like 2 years into college. And I'm not just saying that, I mean it. And it's really how the game has evolved. But for you, what was the biggest difference going from high school ball to college ball? Because last time I checked, I don't think you had any 8 touchdown games at Florida this past year. I'm expecting some soon, because I know you're going to figure it all the way out. But what was the biggest difference going from high school to college?
I'd say really just kind of being as my coach was call it, a situational expert. That's what he calls it. Knowing the situations of different games. Like when we're in the fringe, you can't take a sack. That'll hurt. Field goal position. Like little things like that in high school you really don't think about because first of all, the kicker can't really kick it that far. And second of all, it's just not that on a big of a scale. Like points really matter in college. Like in high school, you scoring 60, 70 a game almost. In college, just 30, 25.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like all points are valuable. So I can really say just knowing situations of the game and little things like that, I could say that are the difference from high school to college.
Okay.
Your biggest stage clearly in college right now has been the bowl game.
Yeah.
How was that experience for you?
The bowl game experience was a bittersweet experience. Of course we got the dub and I was ecstatic about that, but some mistakes that I wish I could have had back, but definitely learning lessons, and I've been hammering hard at those coverages that they brought at me, and I know I'm gonna see a lot more of it this year, so I'm excited and ready to, just continue to take steps forward for that.
So DJ, the show's called Outta Pocket. So can you dance?
Oh no, I can't dance. I got no moves. Nah.
You got no moves.
No moves.
See that
What
ruined.
were you about to make him do?
I'm nothing. I wasn't gonna. No, the show's Outta Pocket, but I'm not gonna bring men on the show and make them dance for me. Okay? You look at. I would never do that. But it ruins what I'm about to say next because. No, you fine. Not you. You didn't ruin it. You just making it all great, baby. I feel like playing quarterback is like dancing. Okay?
Yeah, it is.
So it's rhythmic, right? And I see that in your pocket drop, in your feet. You read with your feet, what we call like if it's plant to the slant, and then it's reset, get some depth to the over the ball, and then in the same time, and now you got to hit that backside little hook or the swing route all in the same time, and it's like dancing. Yeah. It's like boom to the 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 boom.
That's the club.
Right? Now they're like, don't get me started. We beatboxing here too now. But for you, how different is that rhythm from high school to college? Because I know my rhythm changed completely. Once I got to college, I was throwing the better guys. I had better protection up front. I felt like I could do more than I could in high school because I didn't have necessarily the guys that could go with me to that point. Now you got the best guys in the country with you there at Florida. How has that changed your rhythm?
It definitely has, especially on I'd say deep balls. You could attest to that. Like you can have in high school, you kind of place it there, and sometimes it's a little hard. But in college, you can let that thing fly. They got to go get it, And so like little things like that, and just kind of the receivers knowing the coverage and knowing kind of on having decision routes. They're pressed. They already know we're running a fade instead of having to check it and stuff like that. It's kind of different. So it's great to have guys that kind of think the same way as me and have those kind of football talks and conversations where we can kind of get somewhere and learn. Yeah.
Makes sense.
How did you get started with football? How long have you even played football?
Oh man, I've been playing football since I was 3, 4. I've been playing flag football. I started with flag football.
Okay.
3, 4?
Yeah.
Dang, Pops.
What's the most valuable lesson Pops has taught you?
The most valuable lesson he's taught me is, I say the one he always taught me, because it's hard work. If you don't work, you ain't gonna get where you want to go. Right. I feel like that's kind of a testament of his life and my life. Just you gotta put the work in. If you don't put the work in, you ain't gonna get what you want to get out of it. So I feel like that's kind of the biggest thing he's always talked about is working hard in anything you do. And that doesn't even have to be football.
Yeah.
It could be playing the piano. For whatever,
Right.
And just whatever you do, practice at it and give your all at it. So
You have any other talents outside of football? Do you play the piano?
I used to.
Oh.
Long time ago. I used to play the piano and I used to do sign language.
Oh, okay, sweet.
So I forgot how to do all that. It was 5th grade.
Football took the brain over.
No,
I was gonna say, wait, we got some symmetry here now. Okay, so you're telling me that Florida Gators and Florida State Seminoles
Both learned the piano?
can both play the piano? This is crazy. I had bought her a piano this year for Christmas.
Wow, that's awesome.
Okay, so she used to play it back in the day.
Okay.
I got some videos of her playing that thing back at the house. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
she
what's
really
up.
likes to get down with the piano. So that's
okay.
why she was asking about the
Yeah,
instruments. I didn't play no instruments.
Not even a drum?
I mean, I picked up a stick and hit it on the drum before, but I wasn't like Nick Cannon drumlining it out there. But talk about NIL. You've never known a world without it, right? We didn't experience it.
Nope, broke as a joke.
Oh, trust me, I know you was
Broke.
broke as a joke in
So
college.
were you.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
Damn, why she throw me under the bus like that? I paid for your bills in college. What you talking about? But we're not gonna go there right now. We never experienced it. You haven't ever known a world without it. But how has it changed your life?
Oh man, it's been a blessing, from God Himself, just to be able to take care of my family for this short time, and being able to take care of myself as well. And it's a dream come true, but it's not the end goal. The end goal is the NFL. And this is just short-term money, and it's a blessing.
Right.
The goal is the NFL.
Oh yeah, I know.
It is such a different college experience, though.
Yeah.
But so deserving. You know what I mean? Like that should have always been the case.
Most definitely.
We should have never been in college trying to figure out where our dinner is gonna come from, or having $2 left on your scholarship money because everything went to rent. That's just Robert would have been like a gazillionaire if that existed when we were in college.
Oh yeah.
That'd have been so nice, Justin. That'd have been nice, man. That'd have been so nice back in them times. You know what I'm saying? I ate too many Subway sandwiches in college because they had the $5 footlong, right? So all I had was $5.
Yeah.
So I had to
but
go.
What's tax? It's
Yeah,
not $5.
but the people there would not tax me.
Aww.
That's not it's kind of illegal, but not illegal. But they wouldn't tax me the taxes because they knew all I had was $5. Y'all have never ever been through that, and I see the smile on your face, and I'm happy for you.
Yeah, me too.
Ain't no hate in my heart. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, most definitely.
But what's the first purchase you made when you got that first big lump sum NIL checkaroni?
I think I bought a car.
Oh, wow.
First. Yeah.
Well, you out of what?
What's
kind
been
of
your biggest NIL deal, by the way? Not monetary-wise, but brand-wise.
Gatorade.
Gatorade?
Gatorade?
Okay.
They
Gatorade
pay
my
good at
biggest.
Gatorade. They do. They pay good. I like that deal.
But
But what car did you buy?
I bought a Mercedes.
Hey.
Yeah,
What
a little,
kind?
a little C-Class.
Okay.
A little C
It was
class.
a C-Class. Yeah.
Slight,
It was
you know,
nice.
A little C class.
It was nice. It was about 30,000.
Okay,
Yeah, it
that's
was smooth.
not
Yeah,
bad.
It was
That's
smooth.
not-
It was just some, A to B.
A little A to B.
A to B.
I had
You're
a.
talking about like a
He
Toyota
said
Camry.
he had a little A to B. I
Yeah.
bought I didn't even buy it. My dad bought a $2,000 2001
Yeah.
Honda Prelude
A to B.
when I went to college. That's a real A to B.
You ain't lying.
That's a real A to B right there. But when you look at NIL, everyone talks to us about how it changed their life, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said it changed your life. Opportunity to take care of your family. She's talking about how it changes the dynamic of college because you normally go to college
Struggle.
praying that you can be that 1 to 2% that makes it pro so you can take care of your family.
Yeah.
Now NIL has allowed y'all to do that earlier, but how has that changed some of the people around you, right? Maybe they're preying on you because, well, I was there for DJ. I was shooting with him in the gym.
Yeah, now the girls are coming in college. They don't even wait for the NFL. They come in praying in college.
Yeah, I mean, they praying hard, they praying to the devil. But how has that changed some of the people around you, or maybe how people treat you?
I can be honest, like the people around me, it's never been a big change in that, it hasn't been a change, but like definitely like she said with the females, that's been something, you gotta steer clear from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just like little things like that, and people are definitely, like I could say from last January to this January, it's definitely different. Like it's hard for me to go in grocery stores down in Gainesville. Last year I could do that, and stuff like that. So it's definitely all eyes are on me, especially down in Gainesville and Florida. Yeah, so it's definitely a big difference.
One of the things that I loved about you coming out of high school, not as a player on the field, but off the field, super humble.
Appreciate
Right, super humble. It's good to see you being the same young man that when I talked to in 10th grade, now you are the man at Florida.
Ain't nothing yet.
Yeah, okay, I see. That's what I'm talking about. That's that humbleness. That's that humbleness. But you are the lead dog at Florida. What helps you maintain that humbleness about yourself?
I say God, because what he gives, he can take away, also. So just always staying grounded in my faith, and my parents instilled that in me at a very young age, So just really having that faith foundation has been huge for me. So yeah, that's really kind of where I get that from.
It's
You
good.
can tell he's gonna go far.
Oh no, he going.
doubt.
He going all the way.
God will.
You going all the way. I believe that with everything in me. A lot of guys go to college to get a little bit of NIL money. They see that how social media has kind of changed the landscape where being brash and in your face can maybe get you more likes or get you more follows or get you more attention. But you never do that. What is it about you that makes it to where you just want it to be about the game? Because that's when I see you play, it's just about the game. You don't celebrate a lot. You don't showboat. It's just about the game. Why is that the case?
I actually had a coach ask me about that. Like after you score, like why you don't celebrate? I'm like, cause the game's not over. Like it's like the job, like what Kobe said, the job's not finished. Like you got to keep going. Like, and I was talking to somebody. I was like, definitely like in games, I kind of get like I don't talk. I barely say words. I'll talk to my receivers. We got something to communicate about my O-line, but I'll stay like even kid. I don't say nothing. I just really stay until like the game's kind of over and I can just.
Right.
Like, and,
Who,
you know what I
who
mean?
gets the team hype before the game?
The team hype? I get the team hype.
Okay.
I get the team hype.
Okay.
I get the team hype because, like, usually I don't really say much. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really say much, but when I talk, they know, like, oh, yeah, it's that
It's
time
about
to
to go
go.
down.
Yeah. they know. And especially at, like, my freshman year, they already knew, too. Like, they knew what time it was, especially. They were surprised when I first got up there and said something. They was like,
Oh, he talk?
like, oh, he got it. I was like, yeah. It's game time, yeah. So that's just kind of how I roll, yeah.
So you're sitting there. I said this in the off season because you graduated early from high school, right?
Correct.
You
Yes,
went
sir.
in January.
Mm-hmm.
I said it early on that DJ Lagway was the best quarterback at Florida. All right. But when you get there, you're going through the lumps and the bumps of being a freshman, trying to learn the game, learn the offense, and you got a quarterback there in Graham Mertz that's ahead of you.
Yeah.
How did you manage that situation so that you could still be ready to play and be the best you could, but also still be the best teammate to him?
Yeah, that was actually the best thing that could have ever happened to me. I'll never forget Coach Napier. It was like in December. He came up to the high school. We were sitting in my head coach's office. He was like, having Graham Mertz is going to be the best thing that ever happened for you. And at first I was like, I don't know. You know, I can't promise you that. I don't know, you know. But, you know, and just, you know, just going through all this, man, having Graham Mertz was the best thing I could ask for. You know, just like seeing how he approaches everything. He's just a professional on and off the field. Like, it was crazy, like, just to see how he moved around the building, the way he just operated. And it was just great to just watch and observe and learn, you know, and just he gave me different ways how to learn the playbook, how to read coverages, gave me little ticks and tactics, the way to figure out different things and just being a SEC quarterback, you know. And I feel like just throughout the season, you know, he just still helped me through all what was happening, you know, and all that. He was still being there for me. And then his injury, after that, he was still in meetings, helping me and different things like that. So Graham Mertz has been a blessing for me and my family, and I'm just tremendously thankful for him.
Oh, that's incredible.
I'm going to take you back to the early days real quick. Who did you look up to as a player when you started playing football so early on?
I looked up the RG3 right here. Oh, my God. I really did. Look.
Plan this. We did not plan it.
I really did. I was nervous. I remember I was so nervous to come up and take a picture with you. I really did. I was nervous. And you could tell in the picture, I was like, this is RG3. I'm nervous.
What did you like about Robert's game?
You see, I like the way he just made plays, like it was with his feet,
Still can run,
with his arm, everything. Like he was just making plays out there. Nobody could really stop you. It was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It was crazy.
It's funny because you say running because she didn't get to really see me play when I was that guy.
Yeah.
And the one thing when I was in college my coaches talked to me about, which is what I saw in you in high school, was I was a much better thrower than people thought I was.
Yeah.
I went to a camp at Houston, which is where my coach was at the time, and I threw at the camp. Yeah. And I'm throwing the 4-star, 5-star receivers. I'm letting that thing go, right? Because I know they can catch it.
Yeah.
I grew up in a small town, Copper Cove High School. If I throw a ball full speed, it's going to smack somebody in the eyes, okay? So he saw me throw. He comes to me at the camp. He said, hey, you going to any other camps? I said, nah, coach, I'm good. He said, good. I don't want you to go to no more camps because I don't want them to know you can throw. Yeah. So they developed me over those 4 years to be able to make that happen. So by the time we won the Heisman in 2011, I was no longer the run first, use my feet to always get and make plays guy. I was the boot out to the left. You got a little pressure, turn back, flip it, throw it in the corner of the end zone to Terrence Williams for the touchdown against Oklahoma. I became that guy all the time, so extending those plays. So it's cool. It's cool to hear you say that. I definitely wasn't expecting you to say that, but I saw it in your game in high school. You were so advanced as a thrower, but you could still run that thing. And the game has changed now. It's no longer Peyton Manning and Tom Brady's NFL. You got to be able to move and do everything from Patrick Mahomes and all those guys. How do you continue to focus on just making plays and not trying to prove to people that you can just play quarterback from the pocket?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting, you know, because, like, I feel like God has been, like, giving me blessings in disguises. Like, so my junior year, like sophomore year, I was running that thing, making plays, you know, throwing it here, throwing bombs, you know, but mostly toting it. Like, you know, I had, like, maybe 2,000 passing yards with, like, 1,200 rushing yards or something like that. So then going into my junior year, I ended up having a high ankle sprain on my left ankle.
Okay.
And so, like, that kind of, like, put a boot on me. Like, I couldn't move like I wanted to. So I had to I was forced to sit in there and make throws, and that kind of developed my game.
Oh, okay.
on a different level because I had to. I couldn't move, so I had to really sit in there and make the throws. And then my senior year, I was healthy and I kind of put it all together. That was kind of the year I put it all together. And then this year, my freshman year, I had a hamstring, and so it's kind of like how God was working in different ways to kind of show me different ways that I can win in different ways. I don't need my legs to win games, so not having that my whole freshman year was, I say, like a blessing in disguise for me to be able to know that I could be able to make plays from the pocket, be able to move and maneuver in minute spots and tight spaces and make throws and take the hit. Like little things like that is huge. So I'm excited to put it all together this year. So it'll be good.
We were just talking about it literally 12 o'clock today, how both of us have torn our ACLs, and we're like, it makes you, some of the injuries end up being a blessing in disguise because it makes you focus on things that maybe you would sometimes overlook.
Most definitely.
I tore my ACL in college and I came back having the best year of my career. Robert tore his ACL in college, ends up going to win the Heisman. So like, it forces you to just focus on something. Like, I focused on upper body strength, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care for having biceps, but it made me focus on it, so I could throw the shot put further or throw the javelin better. So I can totally relate.
No doubt about it. You're going into year 2.
Yes, sir.
Who are some guys that like we need to be on the lookout for on the team that's gonna really like do that thing?
I'll say I give a group, like a position group. I'll say the O-line. O-line, we got everybody coming back. I think the O-line is going to be the best in America. I think we're going to have the best O-line in America, and I'm excited. Like, everybody's coming back. I think we're just missing one, but everybody else are returners, and it's going to click right away. I'm excited. It's going to be good.
Who's the leader of that group?
Jake Slaughter, our center. He was All-American this year. He's a great guy. Oh, my goodness.
Slaughter?
Yeah, Slaughter.
That's a hell of a day.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a day for a center down up front. I can't wait. Maybe I'll be calling games again at that point, and I can come up with a nice little stop it. Nice little slogan for him in that way. A guy that's been super instrumental for you as your dad.
Most definitely.
What does he mean to you?
Man, he means a lot to me. My dad, growing up at an early age, he was real hard on me, like extremely hard. But I say, like, looking back at it, was the best thing that he could ever done for me, and I appreciate that from him, because I wouldn't be in the situation I am without him, so it's definitely a blessing to have pops like him,
And the reason I asked that is we talked to Deion Sanders, Coach of Colorado.
Yeah.
He talked about how black fatherhood is having a comeback, okay? Now, I understand the stereotypes that were around there. I don't know if you're old, you might be too young to know that, like, black fatherhood has taken its bruises and bumps along the way of how people perceive black fathers to be towards their kids. I'm a girl dad of 4. We take care of all our kids. We do everything we can to be there for them and teach them, just like your dad was there for you. What has he shown you as a father that you want to carry with you when you become a father?
Really just instill the true values of being just a good human being. I feel like that's the biggest thing, respecting people, just being a respectable young man or young woman. That's the kind of the biggest thing that I want to instill to my children, that I learned from my pops and, also my mom as well. So just really just being respectful to everybody that you meet. You never know where people end up at, so you always just be respectful, and that's how, it'll get you a long way in life.
Dad, you did a good job. All right, we have a little segment called Rapid Fire.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, here we go.
So the first question is, if you weren't an athlete, what would you be?
If I wasn't an athlete, man, that's hard.
Whatever.
It could be whatever you want.
Okay,
You could
so
be a piano player.
so like just not playing sports, because I would like to be a trainer if I couldn't play sports.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be like a trainer, like a personal trainer.
Okay, if you couldn't play football, would you play a
I
different
played
sport?
baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah, I
Okay.
played baseball.
Oh, he's a beast at baseball.
Oh man, I a long time ago.
I want to see you
So
play.
are you, by the way.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
I want just a little slide. I was okay at baseball a little bit. I want to see you play at Florida. Is there any way that happens, or is it just like laser beam tunnel vision on football?
Just gotta stay tuned. I don't know. Gotta stay tuned.
Come on, baby.
I don't know. Gotta stay tuned.
Come on, baby.
You never know.
You never know. I think he just said it what I was saying.
I don't know. Stay tuned.
All I know is my man is a beast at baseball, and I know this is that section, so I'm gonna interrupt just quickly. I'm sorry.
Okay,
My
go ahead.
bad.
Go ahead.
Why did you play so many sports growing up?
I'd say I grew up playing a lot of sports just to see what I liked. My parents put me in a lot of things. They didn't want to force me one direction.
Right.
So they kind of put me in a lot of different sports just to
Smart.
see what I liked, and I ended up just gravitating towards football, like just naturally, because that's just what I wanted to do. They didn't want to make it seem like they forced me to do it or anything like that. So they just kind of put me around all the sports and let me see what I liked the best. That's kind of how it was. And, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right, if you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One food I eat, I probably eat Shrimp. I eat some shrimp.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's the first.
Okay. I like that. I like that.
Shrimped out. Okay, let's see what else we got. Most clutch Super Bowl performance of all time.
Tom Brady's versus the Falcons, the comeback.
28-14.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a good callback on the spot.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
If you could pick 3 athletes to come to your Super Bowl party, alive or dead, who would they be?
3 athletes?
Yep.
Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and I say Cam Newton.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
Going with a little mix of basketball and football.
Yeah.
Do you connect more with Mahomes' playing style or Jalen Hurts'?
I'd say I definitely connect more with Mahomes. You know, just the improvisation. They both have that, but like just the way he could, you know, just improvise and just make the players around him elevate their games as well. And that's what I kind of want to do with mine. So yeah.
I want to ask the last question, who's your QB GOAT? But I feel like I'm sitting next to him.
Oh, yeah. That's my guy. Yeah.
So now you doing all these things through NIL. Who has been helping you really like navigate these waters, agent wise, family wise? Who's been helping you like know what deals to take and which ones to choose?
Yeah, you know, me and my family have a huge team, you know, that's surrounded, and I really kind of just leave it up to them and let them handle everything. And I think that's been the best thing about it, you know,
Right.
so I don't have to focus on any of that or have those hard conversations or those different things or have to worry about that. So I'd say I just really focus on the football portion of it and
Yep.
really leave that to my dad
Yep.
and my mom. So they really put an amazing team together with, you know, Justin Giangrande, you got Derrick Jackson. There's a lot of different working parts with it, and
Right.
I'm just blessed and fortunate to have a great team surrounding it. So it's a blessing.
That's awesome. Justin, come on, get in here.
Come on.
All right, we'll welcome Justin Giangrande to the podcast.
Hey guys.
Just
Welcome.
Do I have to hold this?
Yeah, you can hold it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes.
Talk to us a little bit about what's next for DJ. Like when it comes to sponsorships, what you guys are planning, how you develop the plan for him to be able to continue to go out and make not just massive loads of money, because we want you to make a lot of money, but also the right kind of money, the right kind of brand, building that the right way.
I mean, look, you guys heard from him earlier on the podcast, like the kind of kid he is. I mean, he just resonates with brands naturally. And I think the best thing about working with him and his family is like they want to pick the right things and brands and companies that align with him and be patient and be thoughtful. You hear all the time, like people say, sounds almost too good to be true, but the truth is he really does focus on football and really lets the team, his mom, his dad, myself, and the team he's put around him, like focus on the other stuff. And, you know, he'll never forget these little things. You know, I forget what game I went back to. We're talking about something, some deal. He was after a game, he's playing video games, and we're talking about some brand partnership that might happen. He said, JG, we got plenty of time. You know, I'll never forget. I remember he's looked at me, he's playing things. JG, doesn't have now. We got plenty of time. We're just getting started, man. This is what he said. So that mentality is just, and you know, sitting here with him, I've known the family for 2 years. You know, he's done everything the right way, and you know, his dad's been just an unbelievable mentor to him, and it's just cool to also be sitting here with you, and you know, Dad go to Baylor. It's a cool kind of full circle moment.
Most definitely.
You know?
Yeah.
Is there any deals that DJ has turned down because of it?
Oh yeah, I mean, he definitely. It's not about the money to him. There's definitely things
Don't
that
align
it's.
with him.
You know, I'm not going to say it, but there's things that I brought to him, and it's pretty quick yes or no. That's not organically him, even if they want to do a deal with him. And I really respect that. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of kids who just take deals no matter what it is, if it's a dollar or cent, you know. So, you know, we know over here he's not going for Jersey Mike's because he belongs to Subway, you know.
That's
But
true,
no,
right?
I mean, that's
no
it.
offense, Jersey Mike.
Yeah, but no, I mean, look, and then also, look, I'm proud really his merchandising brand. You know, he has his own DL2 logo that's out there that him and his dad started years ago. It's been on the Florida Gators marks. It's one of the top merchandising brands in college football. We have some really cool plans for that going forward, which is exciting, you know. Seeing his stuff in the cool school bookstore as a freshman's crazy because I went to Florida and watching like it come full circle has been a pretty cool thing.
Nah, I see him smiling over there. You are excited about the off the field, but we talked about this when you were coming up through high school. It's only matters what you do on the field.
Yeah.
How laser focused have you been on that side of it?
Yeah.
And how much easier has like Justin Giangrande, your dad, your mom, and everybody involved made that for you?
Yeah, I'm really just getting back in the loop with everything, to be honest, off the field stuff. Because like during the season, I don't want to really hear nothing about that because I really just stayed zoned in of the preparation of that week, who we got that week, or little stuff like that. I don't really care for the outside stuff like that much, to be honest. during the season. So I'm really just starting to get back in the loop, figuring everything out.
Yeah, he's laser focused. I mean, but he was clear with us from the beginning. Like his dad and mom said, and he said, like, you know, when it comes to he's in training camp from that moment forward, we're truly planning this off season of what brands make sense for him. And like eventually there will be a shutdown period. Like he's in a football season.
Yeah.
That's likely what it is. Him and his dad are, of course, relationship people, and any partnership he's going to do, it's really important that he gets to meet these people and have a relationship. I mean, who better? I mean, Rob, you had a lot of sponsors, and we talked about it. You having partners more than they were sponsors is really important to you.
No doubt about it. The partner part of it is great. Because whether you had a good game in high school or a bad game, whether you had a good game this past year or a bad game, I hit you up, talk to you about some of the plays, talk to you about the game, ask you, hey, how's it going? How you learning the offense? Hey, how can I learn this a little bit faster? Do this every single day, right? I don't ever try to overstep my bounds because I know how focused you are. And you come to me all the time about things that you can work on, and I come back and give you that same advice. That's a real working relationship. Yeah. When you build that kind of with brands, they only care about what you do on the field. But you need the brands that are going to be there for you regardless of what happens, and you build such equity with them that they know, hey, DJ Lagway is this brand. This is what they do, and you create those like Shaq-like endorsements where the man's been with Icy Hot what feels like for 175 years. Okay, I can't see an Icy Hot commercial without thinking about Shaq. I see an Icy Hot commercial, I'm like, where's Shaq? Right? Or is it the General, 1-800 the General, the money? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's Shaq at? He should be in this commercial. That's the kind of equity you want to build with those brands, and I think you're doing a great job of focusing on the field, and I'm very happy for you.
And you are so deeply rooted in your faith. You know, you see it on your social media. You're always outspoken about it. Where does that come from you? From your parents?
Yeah, I'd say from my family. Yeah, that's just kind of how I was raised, and it's a blessing, you know, to be able to have just great people around me to kind of instill that in me and pour that in me. So yeah.
What was the moment? The moment for you? Let's do a little moment section. This is randomly made up by me. Okay, this is not
new
a
section here, guys. The new moment section.
This is the moment segment. What was the moment for you that you accepted God on your own, not just because mom and dad said you should do this?
No, it's huge. I'd say really like 7th, 8th grade, you know, but like I'd really say like these like this year or so, it's kind of been a big, because I'm by myself, you know. I have a choice. Like I could do whatever I want to do on Sunday, but I can get up and go to church. You know, it's like it's free will. Like no, I'm not forced to go into church. So it's like it's definitely, I say this year was kind of the biggest stepping stone of my, you know, my relationship with Christ and all that. But really 7th, 8th grade, that's when I really kind of made it my own and just kind of gradually just building that foundation. But this year was a real testament of it, and seeing if it, you know, really how strong my faith would be, you know. So it was great.
Outside of going to church, how do you connect best with God?
You know, every night, gotta get in that word, you know, gotta get in that word, you know. So you'll find some things that you're going through, you know, during the week or through that day that you'll find. So it's always great, you know, to dive in it.
Okay, next moment. You go from high school to college. What was your welcome to college football moment or welcome to the SEC moment?
That's a good one. Let me think. Like practice-wise?
Could be practice, could be the game, could be the walk up to the stadium. Like, just what was that moment where you're like, oh, this different?
I would say it was a scrimmage. I think spring ball. I had threw like 4 interceptions. It was bad. It was bad. Defense was getting after me. I ain't never seen this coverage. They was going to 2 hole, and they was getting me. So it looked like it was like closed coverage.
Yep.
And it was spinning the middle open with the free safety in the middle holes. I'm like, golly, what is this? I'm trying to figure it out. And it got me like 3 or 4 times on it. I was just like, man, like, wow, okay. Let me get in that lab and let me figure some things out. So that was kind of a big welcome to college moment.
Okay.
You done with your made-up segment?
I am done with my made-up segment. Go ahead.
Okay, I have a segment. It's called This or That.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Throw for 500 yards or rush for 200 yards?
Throw for 500.
Easy. That's an easy question.
I'm sorry.
Throw for 500.
Win the Heisman Trophy or national championship?
National championship.
That's what I'm talking about.
Team player.
Yeah.
Team. It's about the team.
Game-winning drive or blowout victory?
Game-winning drive.
Keep the people on their toes.
Okay.
Chipotle or Chick-fil-A?
Chipotle.
All day.
Chipotle, guys.
All day. All day. Hey, game-winning drive or blowout victory?
Blowout victory.
Less stress, right?
I need Mr. Lagway less stressed. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm sitting next to him in the games. If it's close, you know.
All right, home crowd advantage or silencing an away crowd?
Silencing an away crowd.
Yeah, and Florida State to be particular. That was it.
Yeah, it was already silent.
Hey,
go
Robert is really trying to get this rivalry.
You just missed what he said. He said it was already silent.
It was silent.
This year, yeah, it was. next year we'll be back. All right, scramble for a touchdown or throw a no-look dime.
Throw a no-look down for sure. Yeah.
All right.
Well, brother, just want to say, really rooting for you.
Appreciate you.
I am also.
Thank you.
That's big coming from a Florida State Seminole, right?
Thanks.
And I think it's just a testament to who you are. This is our first opportunity to really sit down and have
Yeah.
a conversation. And like we told you before, this isn't an interview, right? We just sitting down, you kicking it with us, we talking. When we get off the show, it's going to be the same way. Anytime
definitely.
you need us, hit us up. We're here
Yes,
for
sir.
you.
Appreciate
We're going to
y'all.
keep pulling for you, keep praying for you.
Thank
And we know you're going to go all the way, man. And
Appreciate you.
when I said I'm talking Hall of Fame, okay?
the
Not just
plan.
college Hall of Fame. NFL Hall of Fame. You're that level of a player. You got
Appreciate you.
that level of humbleness, you know, right head on your shoulders, the right mindset. I'm so happy for you, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate
Much
y'all.
love.
Thank you. Yes,
And,
sir.
we appreciate DJ Lagway coming on the show. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave a comment. Tell us who you want us to talk to next and what you want us to talk about, and we'll make sure that happens. This young man's going far places, and we're going to be there along there for the ride. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace. It was awesome.